Hey everybody, it's Jess, your Beachbody coach. I hope y'all are as excited for the fit test as I am. It's only going to take about 10 minutes, so all you need is a floor mat if you have one. If not, carpet's fine. A stopwatch, and that's about it. Maybe some water in case you want some. There's going to be a PDF version of this initial fit test form online that you can print out if you need to, and this is where you're going to record all of your results. There's a measurement at the beginning. It's going to ask you chest, right arm, waist, hips, right thigh, left thigh, and your weight. So we're going to have this. I'm going to keep it on file so you can track your progress. There are only about 8 moves, and each one is a minute to 30 seconds long. So do not panic. It's an initial fit test for a reason. Okay? So I'm going to go through each move for you so that you know all the forms and all the moderations in case you need to make some. And then we're going to get started. Okay. Your first move is going to be a squat hold. So what you're going to do is this is going to be a duration movement, and you're going to get in the position and you're going to see how long you can hold that position. All right, the first one is a squat hold. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit down in a squat position, okay? And when I say squat position, I don't want any knees over your toes or sitting up like this. You're going to sit as though you're sitting back in a chair. So you see how I'm keeping my knees back over my ankles, and I'm pressing my hips back as though it's sitting down, okay? Make sure that you have your weight in your heels, okay? Even try to wiggle your toes to make sure that you don't have your weight in your toes. You should be able to wiggle and lift your toes off the ground, okay? So once you get in that correct position, you're gonna either tell your friend to hit a stopwatch, or you're gonna bend down, you're just gonna hit your stopwatch, and you're gonna see how long you can hold this position in the correct form. If you wanna hold your hands right here, if you wanna hold your hands like out the side, in front of you, just whatever gives you good balance, and you're gonna see how long you can hold that while keeping good form. So if you start to raise or if you start to fall forward, just go ahead and hit your stopwatch, and that's perfectly okay, and record how long you were able to hold that move. All right, so that's squat hold. Your second is going to be a push-up. Now, this is going to be how many you can do in 30 seconds. So remember, the first move was getting a position, start your timer, and go as long as you can. The second move, the push-up, you're going to give yourself 30 seconds. So have a timer and see how many reps of this move you can do in 30 seconds. It's just going to be a push-up. So when we get in our push-up position, and there will be moderations in case you can't do a push-up yet, we'll work there, we'll get you there as quickly as possible. The push-up position, you're just going to have, your arms are going to be directly under your shoulders, okay? And they're going to be shoulder width apart, and your feet are going to be straight up. Make sure you keep your stomach tucked and tight. So we're not going to want to see anything sagging like this or any butts in the air like this. We're going to want to be straight, okay? And to do a push-up, we're going to do elbow out push-ups, okay? So those are standard push-ups. And whenever you do it, you're going to want to go all the way down and all the way up, okay? If that's a little bit tough for you right now, all I'm going to say is to go ahead and put your knees on the ground. You can either do them like this, or you can cross them, whichever feels more comfortable to you. Once again, we're not going to have sagging backs. We're not going to have butts in the air. We're going to have a flat back. And then once again, you're going to go all the way up, just all the way to the ground. Push all the way straight forward, okay? Keep your stomach tight. Keeping your abs tight is going to help you stay straight as you push back up. All right, so you're going to set your timer for 30 seconds, and you're going to see how many of those you can do in 30 seconds with good form. So if your back starts to go forward, if your butt starts to push up, if you're just kind of struggling to get all the way up, then go ahead and give yourself a break. You can rest. You can rest at the top. So I wouldn't suggest to rest down here, because then you're going to have to push yourself back up. So if you need rest, just rest here or here, and then whenever you're ready to start again, go ahead and push down and back up, okay? All right, your third position. This is going to be another one where you give yourself 30 seconds and see how many of these you can do. It's just going to be a standard jumping jack. This one should be easy, and we're just going to go up. So when your arms are up, your legs are out, and then back down. And we're going to want to go all the way up to where our hands overlap and touch, and all the way back down. If this is a little much for you, or if you have a lot of weight, you don't have sports bras, you have a lot of weight on you or something like that, and you just need something for support, then you can start here and you're gonna go one arm, okay? And you're gonna give yourself 30 seconds and see how many of those that you can. And on the one arms, each one is going to count as one. So this would be 1, 2. Whereas the normal jacks would be 1, 2, okay? All right, the third position is going to be a plank hold. This is going to be like your first position where you get into the position and you hold it as long as possible. Okay, a plank is you're going to be resting on your forearms, and it's going to be kind of like a push-up position where we don't want any bowed backs in or out. We're going to want a flat back. You're going to get on your forearms, and you can cross your hands in a ball like this if you want, or have them like this, either way. Whichever one's more comfortable for you. And you're going to get on your forearms, and then once again, you're going to have a flat back. This is the position. Once you get in this position, you're going to start your timer and see how long you can hold this without losing form. So if your stomach starts to fall down, if your butt starts to pick up, you're going to go ahead and stop your timer, because we only want how long you can hold it with correct form. All right, so that's move. You're already done with half of them. That's move number 4. All right, the fifth one is going to be another position where you get into it and then you hold it for as long as possible. It's going to be called the cobra. The cobra, you're going to lay on your stomach, and you're going to pull your legs, feet off the ground together. While your head stays and your chest stays off the ground, you're going to pull your arms back behind your glutes. So I'm holding the back of my thighs, okay? And you don't want to hold so much to where you're actually holding yourself up. You just want to kind of place your hands there, okay? Once you get in this position, you're going to look forward and have a neutral head. And then when you get in the correct form, you can just press your stopwatch and hold it just like this. And see how long you can hold this position without your toes falling down or your head having to rest. This is going to work your back lateral muscles right here, okay? And for those of you or some guys that I have in the challenge, if you want to make it a little harder, instead of this V with your arms back here, you can go straight out like this and do a T. Just going to add some weight to your upper body. It's going to be a little harder on those back lateral muscles to keep that chest and that head off the ground, okay? So once you get in that, you're going to see how long you can hold that position. Next is just going to be a sit-up. So once again, you're going to give yourself 30 seconds and see how many of this move you can do in 30 seconds. The sit-up is going to be with your feet flat on the ground, your hands behind your head. All right, it's not a crunch, just to here. It's a full sit-up, okay? So if you can only do 5 in 30 seconds, that's okay. If you need to get something that you can put your feet under, sometimes I use my couch, then you can. You're going to have your hands behind your head, and you're going to come all the way up. See that my shoulder is past my hip? So if you're back here, see my shoulder's not past my hip yet, you're going to come all the way up to where your shoulder's past your hip. Okay, and you're going to see how many of those that you can complete in 30 seconds. All right, just up, down. You're going to want to breathe out while you're at the top, inhale while you're going down. All right? If that's something that you can't do and you can't get all the way up at all, there is a moderation where you can just do a crunch. You're going to have your elbows in front of your head. You're just going to crunch up to right here. So you see I'm not having to go quite as far because my elbows are going to hit. Okay? So just move those hands from here to here and just go elbows to knees. And there will be a place on your form to write any moderations that you do. So we'll know the moderations that you use at the end. Okay. Only 2 more moves left, so we're close. All right, the next one is going to be a leg drop. This is the only one where you're seeing how many you can do in a minute instead of 30 seconds. Okay, so you're going to give yourself a full minute because this one's a little tougher of a move, but don't freak out. All you're going to do is lay flat on your back with your legs in the air, and you're just going to drop them to the ground and bring them back up. Okay, so you're just going to lay on the floor with your hands behind your head, and you're going to bring your legs straight up. Once they're there, you're going to start your timer and give yourself 1 minute, and you're going to drop them down and back up. You're going to want to keep your lower back on the ground, okay? If you start to feel your lower back pop up, Okay, if you see that I get about right here, my lower back starts to raise and I can put my arm under there. If your lower back starts to pop up, you've gone too far, you don't want to hurt that lower back. So you just go ahead, feel your body, go as far as you can off the ground before your back starts to come up, and then you're just going to pull straight back up. Okay? You're going to be using these top abdominals for that. You're going to give yourself 1 minute and see how many of those you can do during that 1 minute. All right? Next is the last thing. It's going to be a side plank. All right. During this side plank, it's going to be another one where you get in the position and see how long you can hold that position. All right. For those that are a little more advanced, this side plank is going to be on your hand with your feet stacked. Okay? And you're going to do it once on the right side and once on the left side and see how long you can hold each side. This is going to be using your oblique abdominal muscle. So you're going to feel it on the side that is closest to the ground. It's going to burn. You're using it. You're keeping your whole body weight up with these small, tiny ab muscles on the side, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to stack your feet and be on your hand. So you want your hand to be directly under your shoulder, your feet on top of one another, and you're going to hold this position, okay? You're not going to want to have your hip down here or your hip up here. You're going to be flat, okay? With your hand here. And once you get in that position, you're just going to press your timer, and you're going to see how long you can hold that position with good form. Okay, if you need to moderate, but you want to stay on your hand, instead of stack, you can stagger your feet, okay? And I'm going to ask you to put the top foot in front, all right? Now, if that's still a little tough for you, try to stack again, but go to a forearm. So once again, I'm not down here, not up here, I'm just on my forearm, okay? If that's still too tough, stagger again. Once you get in that position, start your timer, see how long you can hold it. And that's your last position. That's it, that's the whole fit test. You're perfectly ready to start. There is on the document, you see, so on the first one, squat, hold, and it has a space for you to put how many seconds you did that, okay? If you had to use a moderation that I showed you, there's a place to put moderation notes. So you can put, or any type of thing, 30 seconds, but only stop because of form. Or on these push-ups, you can say, use knee push-ups. On the side plank, you can put, was on my forearm. So put the moderations that you did. Write any notes that you need to so that you can remember how well you performed this at the beginning, because it's going to be hard to remember that after 30 days. So be specific so that you can see how much you did. All right, and for the before pictures, if you're not taking them with me, there's going to be positions for you to do, all right? The first position is going to be in front like this. You're just going to stand just like this, okay? The second one is going to be to the side, and you're going to hold. You're going to put your hands right here on your back, and you're going to hold just like this to the side, look forward, and take a picture just like this with your hands behind you, okay? And then after that, you're going to turn around. You're going to make sure that your hair's out of the way if you have hair, and you're going to stand just like this, okay? So we're going to be able to see those back muscles. We're going to be able to see all of that changed, all right? Okay, and that's it. So those are the 3 pictures that you need to take. Those are the 8 moves that you need to do. And then there's going to be the form that you can write them all down. You need to send me your results. Send me your pictures, because I have a folder with each one of y'all's beautiful names on it so that I can keep track of it so it's not on y'all, okay? This is what I do. I'm your coach. All right, I hope that was fantastic. As you see, this is my self-advancement body lab, and it's just my living room, and it does not take a lot of space. So good luck, and I know you're going to do great. Let me know if there are any questions or anything that I missed out or anything that I need to be a little more specific on. And I hope that y'all do fantastic, and I know that you will, because you're on my team and you have my support. So if you don't do good, then let me know, and I'll make sure to let you know that you did fantastic. All right, and let me know your results. Talk to y'all later. Bye.